Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is indeed the E-Man, chilling like a villain, singing like Bob Dylan, keep it on the low with some double stuffed Oreos. This is episode 8 of my Q&A, and this is a big topic. This is a serious topic, okay? But let's get into it, okay? So here's the letter. Hey, it's Nanielle. I've been following your show from the beginning, and I have to say, I loved your episode with J. Anthony Frankie when you guys were discussing his show, California Dreams. So, my question for you is, what does forgiveness mean to you? Thank you. So, shout out to Nanielle, known her for some time now. She was actually on episode number 21, which featured her and Vanessa from the Monday Cinema Club. We discussed anime, movies, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, shout out to her. Thank you for the letter, Nanielle. Also, shout out to J. Anthony Frankie, which was episode number 7. And we talked about his show California Dreams and him being on that show. He played Jake Summers. And we talked about a lot of stuff. He's a really great guy. Thank you so much, Jay, for being on the show. So let me answer your question, Danielle. What does forgiveness mean to me? That is a huge question. Now, thank you so much. I love the good stuff, the deep stuff. But let's see. Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." Let's see what Wikipedia says. Wikipedia says forgiveness in the psychological sense is the intention and voluntary process by which one who may have felt intentionally wronged, victimized, harmed, or hurt goes through a process of changing feelings and attitude regarded by a given offender for the actions and overcomes the impact of the offense, flaw, or mistake, including negative emotions such as resentment or a desire of vengeance. It's one thing for a person you don't know, a stranger, to accidentally bump into you and apologize, acknowledge their mistake. They've communicated that they're sorry and they're a stranger, so you'll never see them again. Totally different story when it's somebody that's close to you, like a best friend or a family member, and they've done something so heinous to where it's harder to process that. First, let me say, I think when it comes to anything like that, especially a family member or a friend that you really value, I think it's up to you as the victim of this heinous act to communicate with them. Let them know, hey, what you just did, I didn't like it, this is how I feel, and to go from there. Because if they don't know, then how can they learn from their mistake? But if they listen to you and they still have this attitude with it, or they decide, I don't see what I did is wrong, then you have to make a decision if you really still want them in your life or not. I never forget Oprah said, says you can love somebody, you can love them from a distance. And I really do believe that too. I would be foolish, even after communicating with that person, let's say a friend who really did something heinous, and they still don't see the wrong in their actions. I would be foolish to put myself in harm's way by still being their friend. I could love them and forgive them from a distance. Maya Angelou said, shares with you who they are, believe them the first time. Because they know themselves more than you know them. And I truly do believe that. On the other side of that coin, Maya Angelou also says, it is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to forgive everybody. I believe God forgives me every day, and that's what makes it even tougher. I feel like with certain things that are so heinous, like say if somebody touched you or God SA'd you, it's a lot harder. And I think those things you have to truly give to God and be like, hey God, I need help with this because I can't do it by myself. Put in the work. It takes work. God may send you to a therapist that you might need. but I think it definitely does take communication. It takes work. It's more than just saying I forgive that person, because it has to be genuine, and it has to come from a genuine place in order for the healing to begin. So for me, you're asking me, what does forgiveness mean to me? Forgiveness means making peace so I can have peace. For a long time, I struggled with forgiving people because I felt like I was giving in to their needs. The reality of it is, I'm forgiving for myself so I can have peace. Now, once I've communicated with that person what it is, it's up for them to decide whether or not they're going to really change. And even then, I don't have to believe them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a detective. Communication and time is a huge thing too, because not just for seeing if that person's really going to change, but due to experience certain things to where you're able to forget. God will have things happen to you to where, like, okay, now I can see their perspective, or whatever the case may be, so I'm able to move on. Or you might do something similar to what they did, and so it's going to be easier to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's not nothing as heinous as what they did. Or you might go through, it might be something that God shows you on TV, or something that you listen to on a podcast, something God reveals to you, and then you can really make a decision whether you forgive them. Now does that mean that the relationship is going to be the same instantly? I highly doubt it. And it doesn't need to be. It might not even be a relationship anymore. Forgiveness means making peace so you can have peace. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, Danielle, for the amazing letter. And again, email me, guys, at specialdeliveryshow86@gmail.com. Also, my 4-year anniversary is coming up. If you follow me on YouTube, you'll be able to see a little montage of clips that I have planned. I'll let you know when. I'm probably not going to release that on the 10th exactly. I'm still trying to gather those clips, but you just be on the lookout for it. Also, I have an amazing interview coming up that I did complete. I still have to edit, but I plan on putting out this week, with director Tamra Davis, who directed Half Baked, which is one of my favorite comedies. Billy Madison and CB4. She directed the MMMBop video, Hanson's MMMBop, and Where's the Love. Also, she directed this really great documentary, which is on Paramount Plus right now, which is called Larger Than Life, The Reign of the Boy Bands. We talk about all that stuff, and I'm so excited for you to see that interview. But guys, thank you so much for all of the love and support throughout the years, and all of the supporters, and peace, and talk to you guys soon.